I'll also bring in on this broadcast Lieutenant General KGS Dhillon, defense expert. General Dhillon, what we're seeing is unprecedented, but this was something that many warned was bound to happen, General Dhillon, that a conflict between Iran, Israel and US wouldn't be limited to just that. It would spread. Footage coming in now from Abu Dhabi, if I'm not wrong, also of explosions.
Good evening, Akshita, and good evening to the fellow panelists and all our viewers. Good afternoon, sorry. See, this was imminent. This was to happen because USA tried their best to undertake a regime change in Iran by initiating or supporting an internal uprising, so to say. When that did not succeed, and USA somehow or the other wanted the present regime in Iran to go. And Israel was already engaging with Iran in various war efforts. And if you remember, if the viewers remember, Americans had also targeted the nuclear assets last time. So this attack by Israel or by USA through Israel to start with on Iran is a continuation of that. And the statement that we are targeting only the government offices is definitely a statement to say that we only want the regime change and we are not against the Iranian population. Israel is calling it preemptive or preventive, and as you are bringing out in your bulletin also, Iran's reaction on Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar, Abu Dhabi, the US assets in those areas is trying to bring in USA into the battle. So it's a thing which is happening there, and there are going to be long-term and short-term impacts of this. We can discuss them as we go along.
Absolutely. I mean, just the impact of what we're seeing right now. In a matter of hours, this has spread so fast because Iran has made it clear we're not going to sit back and allow these kind of strikes to repeatedly take place. Iran has said very clearly that every US base within our reach will now be targeted, and that's exactly what they've done. The Iranian Foreign Minister, Araghchi, speaking to India Today just a couple of days ago, said that yes, we're all for peace, we're open to dialogue, but if there's escalation from Trump, if there's escalation from Netanyahu, we will not hesitate to hit back. The consequence of the two operations launched by US and Israel today is currently on your screens as well. As we get you all the latest updates, also we can confirm for you that in Abu Dhabi there's been an explosion that's taken place in which one person has been killed. The UAE intercepted an Iranian missile, but in most of these cases, what happens then is that while the missile is intercepted, it also falls into some of the civilian settlements, which is why in the case of Abu Dhabi, we've seen one casualty being reported as well. Now, what's also been confirmed right now, and statements coming in from Israel saying we will hit back for every attempt by Iran to hit out at us. Right now, the Israeli defensive system is taking on the load of missiles that are being fired by Iran. There were reports that suggested that these were somewhere between 30 to 75 missiles about 2 hours ago. So in the last 2 hours itself, that number would have greatly increased. Iran is going all out to target Israel and to target America. How are they targeting America? By targeting all of these US strategic military bases in the Middle East countries, which is why in Abu Dhabi, in several other locations, you're seeing footage like this of people scrambling, trying to save their lives in what would otherwise have been an extremely ordinary Saturday for so many people stepping out of their homes with their families for a day out. And suddenly, you've got war clouds spreading across these cities. West Asia, Middle East, fully right now in conflict mode. Now, I can also confirm for you that Israel has also is bearing the brunt of the missiles being fired by Iran. They are, of course, trying their hardest to ensure that every counter attack by Iran is thwarted. But I can tell you that Israeli media is saying that a 9-story building in northern Israel has been struck by Iranian missiles, causing significant damage. Our reporters on ground in Tel Aviv also did confirm this, saying that there are pockets of North Israel that's seen some impact right now of the blasts of the missile attacks by Iran. So I can tell you that in North Israel, there have been some buildings that have been hit right now. All right, there's a statement that's coming in right now from the European Union that's condemned the escalation in the Middle East. They've also confirmed that, in fact, and this is EU's Kajaz who said that I've spoken to Israel's foreign minister and other ministers in the region. The EU is closely coordinating with Arab partners to explore diplomatic paths. So EU essentially seemingly trying to mediate between Iran and Israel. How successful will they be? We'll have to see. But there will be such attempts by several countries to kind of tone things down. Is it actually possible? Have we gone too far? That's the question right now that will be asked as well, Ambassador Dogra, about whether with this kind of escalation and Iran hitting back, there is no going back now. There is going to be no middle ground, no mediation that will actually work.
Well, in any war situation, let's hope there is ground for stepping back from the brink, because Iran, as well as Israel and America, and I'm choosing my words very carefully, are on the brink, because America is not going to be safe, nor is Israel, nor are the regional countries. In fact, I'll recall for you your own words that they must have thought it through. I presume you meant USA. Yes. US strategic experts had thought it through. They had advised repeatedly, almost every one of them, including the army chief, that don't get into this. This will end up with great injury to America and its reputation. In fact, the other historical fact is that after the Second World War, except for the two Iraq wars, America has not won any war wherever it has fought. So this might be an addition to that distinguished list. As far as EU is concerned, firstly, it does not have the reputation of an honest broker that Oman had. Oman tried its best. In fact, its foreign minister went on television yesterday in America to say Iran has accepted every nuclear term that America had asked for. But America was not prepared to listen, or Trump was not prepared to listen. Trump wanted this war because he was under attack in America for Epstein issue. Secondly, Trump has the lowest rating of any president in American history currently.
But that's a big price to pay then, Ambassador Dogra, that you've got the world on fire just to ensure that you get the fire off your back domestically.
Well, there are so many examples like this, Hitler being one. America has a reputation of inventing terms and issues to its convenience. What was the need for the second Iraq war? Iraq, America knew very well, did not have weapons of mass destruction, but it wanted the war. So similarly here, it wanted the war for personal reasons. Whether we accept it or not is a different thing. But Iran, on the other hand, has been the voice of reason in all these negotiations. His foreign minister came out of every negotiation saying that, it's constructive. I'm looking forward to more meaningful dialogue. But American negotiators came out with negative comments on out of every negotiation. So Iran, please remember, has had an earlier experience with America when it fought a war with Iraq backed by America for 7 years, and America was not able to prevail over Iran. So Iran has, as an old civilization, as a determined civilization, and as a very proud nation, is not going to break easily or bend easily.